The healing heart. In the heart of the vibrant African village of Kwetu, where the rhythms of life danced to the beat of the drum and the laughter of children echoed through the winding streets, there lived a girl named Adana. She was known as the strange, ugly girl, a name whispered in hushed tones by those who dared not meet her piercing gaze. Adana's appearance was indeed unconventional, her skin adorned with a tapestry of scars and her eyes holding the secrets of worlds unseen. Yet beneath her peculiar exterior lay an extraordinary gift. She possessed the power to heal. Despite her remarkable abilities, Adana was shunned by her peers. The villagers whispered tales of her strangeness, weaving myths of dark magic and sorcery. They avoided her presence, casting wary glances in her direction whenever she passed by. And yet, when sickness befell their loved ones, when pain gripped their hearts like a vice, they swallowed their pride and sought her out, desperate for her aid. One scorching afternoon, as the sun beat down upon the dusty streets of Kwetu, a messenger arrived at Adana's doorstep, bearing news that would change the course of her destiny. "The king's son is gravely ill," he announced, his voice trembling with urgency. "Healers from far and wide have tried and failed to cure him. You are our last hope, Adana." With a solemn nod, Adana followed the messenger through the winding pathways of the village, the weight of expectation heavy upon her shoulders. She entered the royal palace, her heart pounding with trepidation as she beheld the ailing prince lying upon a bed of silk and velvet. His skin was pallid, his breath shallow and ragged, his spirit teetering on the edge of oblivion. The court physicians looked upon Adana with skepticism, their eyes filled with doubt and mistrust. But the king, his face etched with sorrow and desperation, beseeched her to save his son. "You possess a gift that transcends our understanding," he said, his voice quivering with emotion. "Please, Adana, I beg of you, heal my son." With a gentle touch and a whispered prayer, Adana delved into the depths of her power, her hands glowing with an otherworldly light. She channeled the ancient energies that coursed through her veins, weaving a tapestry of healing magic that enveloped the prince in its warm embrace. Hours passed like fleeting shadows as Adana poured her heart and soul into the task at hand, the weight of the world resting upon her shoulders. And then, as if by divine intervention, the prince's fever broke, his labored breaths easing into a peaceful slumber. The court erupted into cheers of jubilation, the king embracing Adana with tears of gratitude streaming down his withered cheeks. "You have solved my son, strange, ugly girl," he proclaimed, his voice ringing with reverence. "You are a miracle worker blessed by the gods themselves." But despite the miracle she had wrought, Adana remained an outcast in the eyes of her fellow villagers. They whispered behind her back, casting disdainful glances in her direction whenever she passed by. Some even spat at her feet, their hatred festering like a wound that refused to heal. And yet, Adana persisted, her heart overflowing with compassion for those who could not see beyond the surface. As the seasons turned and the winds whispered secrets through the savannah, Adana's fame spread far and wide, her name spoken in awe and reverence by those whose lives she had touched. She journeyed to distant lands, her reputation preceding her like a beacon of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. And with each life she touched, each soul she healed, the light within her burned ever brighter, a testament to the power of love and compassion in a world plagued by fear and ignorance. But amidst the adulation and praise, Adana remained humble, her gaze fixed upon the horizon where new challenges awaited her, for she knew that her journey was far from over, that there were still countless souls in need of her healing touch. And so, with a heart full of hope and a spirit unbreakable, she set forth into the unknown, guided by the light that burned within her, a beacon of hope in a world desperate for salvation. As Adana's fame spread far and wide, her journeys took her to distant lands, where her reputation as a healer of unparalleled skill preceded her. In the bustling markets of distant cities and the quiet hamlets nestled among rolling hills, tales of the strange, ugly girl reached the ears of those in need. People traveled from far and wide, seeking her aid in their darkest hours, their hearts heavy with hope and desperation. In one such village, nestled deep within the verdant embrace of the jungle, Adana encountered a challenge unlike any she had faced before. The village was plagued by a mysterious illness, its inhabitants withering away like wilting flowers beneath the scorching sun. The elders spoke of a curse that had befallen their land, a malevolent force that fed upon the life force of the innocent. With a heavy heart and determination burning in her eyes, Adana set forth to confront the darkness that threatened to consume the village. She delved into the ancient lore of the jungle, seeking guidance from the spirits that dwelled within its depths. Through rituals of purification and offerings of sacred herbs, she sought to banish the darkness and restore balance to the land. Days turned into weeks, and still the illness persisted, its grip tightening like a vice around the village's throat. Adana toiled day and night, her brow furrowed with concentration as she delved deeper into the mysteries of the jungle. And then, one fateful night, as the moon cast its silvery glow upon the village, Adana encountered a vision, a spectre from the realm of shadows, lurking in the darkness like a silent predator. With a fierce determination burning in her heart, Adana confronted the spectre, her voice ringing out with the power of ancient incantations. She battled the darkness with all her strength, her spirit ablaze with the fire of righteousness. And in the end, it was her unwavering resolve that triumphed, banishing the spectre back to the realm from whence it came. As the first rays of dawn kissed the horizon, the village emerged from the shadow of darkness, its people bathed in the warm embrace of sunlight. They gathered around Adana, their eyes shining with gratitude and reverence. "You have saved us, strange, ugly girl," they proclaimed, their voices echoing through the jungle like a chorus of angels. "You are our savior, our guardian against the darkness." But Adana knew that her work was far from over. Though she had banished the darkness from the village, there were still countless souls in need of her healing touch. And so, with a heart full of hope and a spirit unbreakable, she continued on her journey, guided by the light that burned within her, a beacon of hope in a world desperate for salvation. Through the villages and towns, across deserts and mountains, Adana's name became synonymous with hope and healing. She touched the lives of countless souls, each one a testament to the power of love and compassion in a world plagued by fear and despair. And though her journey was long and arduous, she knew that as long as there were those in need, she would never rest, for her heart beat with the rhythm of life itself, a healer, a savior, a beacon of hope in a world in need of light. As Adana's journey continued, she found herself drawn to the distant lands of the east, where the sands stretched out like a vast ocean of gold beneath the blazing sun. In the heart of the desert, she came upon a city besieged by a terrible drought, its people languishing in the relentless heat, their crops withering away like parched souls in need of salvation. With compassion burning in her heart, Adana vowed to help the people of the city, to bring relief to their suffering and restore life to the barren earth. She called upon the ancient spirits of the desert, offering prayers and sacrifices in exchange for their aid. And as she toiled beneath the scorching sun, her determination never wavered, her spirit unyielding in the face of adversity. Through her tireless efforts, Adana uncovered an ancient well hidden beneath the shifting sands, its waters untouched by the ravages of time. With a joyous cry, she revealed her discovery to the people of the city, their faces alight with hope and gratitude. They gathered around the well, their hands reaching out to touch the cool, refreshing waters that flowed forth like a gift from the heavens. As the waters of the well flowed through the city, bringing life and sustenance to its parched earth, Adana's reputation as a miracle worker spread far and wide. People traveled from distant lands to witness her deeds, their hearts filled with awe and reverence for the strange, ugly girl who possessed the power to change the course of destiny. But amidst the adulation and praise, Adana remained humble, her gaze fixed upon the horizon where new challenges awaited her, for she knew that her journey was far from over, that there were still countless souls in need of her healing touch. And so, with a heart full of hope and a spirit unbreakable, she set forth once more into the unknown, guided by the light that burned within her, a beacon of hope in a world desperate for salvation. Through the trials and tribulations, the triumphs and tragedies, Adana's legacy endured, a testament to the power of love and compassion in a world plagued by fear and despair. And though her name may fade from memory, her spirit would live on in the hearts of those whose lives she had touched, a healer, a savior, a guardian of the light in a world in need of hope. As Adana journeyed onward, her path led her to the verdant hills of the west, where a village nestled among the emerald foliage faced a dire threat. A fearsome beast, known as the shadow wolf, prowled the outskirts of the village, its eyes burning with malevolent fire, its howls echoing through the night like a harbinger of doom. The villagers lived in constant fear, their hearts gripped by terror at the thought of the shadow wolf's next attack. They begged Adana for aid, their voices trembling with desperation, their eyes pleading for salvation. And though the task seemed daunting, Adana knew that she could not turn away from those in need. With steely resolve and unwavering determination, Adana set forth to confront the shadow wolf, guided by the whispers of the wind and the wisdom of the ancient spirits. She ventured into the heart of the forest, where the shadows danced like specters in the moonlight, and the branches whispered secrets of forgotten times. For days she tracked the beast, her senses attuned to the subtlest of signs, her heart beating with the rhythm of the hunt. And then, on a moonlit night, when the stars burned like diamonds in the sky, she came face to face with the shadow wolf, its eyes gleaming with hunger and malice. With a primal roar, the beast lunged forward, its claws slashing through the air like scythes of death. But Adana stood her ground, her spirit unyielding in the face of danger. She called upon the ancient magic that flowed through her veins, weaving a tapestry of light and shadow that enveloped the beast in its warm embrace. For hours they battled beneath the canopy of stars, their fates intertwined like threads in the grand tapestry of existence. And in the end, it was Adana's indomitable spirit that triumphed, banishing the darkness from the forest and bringing peace to the land once more. As she emerged from the depths of the forest, her clothes torn and her body bruised, Adana was greeted as a hero by the villagers, their faces alight with joy and gratitude. They hailed her as a savior, a guardian of their land, a beacon of hope in a world shrouded by darkness. But Adana knew that her work was far from over. Though she had vanquished the shadow wolf, there were still countless souls in need of her healing touch. And so, with a heart full of hope and a spirit unbreakable, she continued on her journey, guided by the light that burned within her, a beacon of hope in a world desperate for salvation. As she traveled from village to village, her name became synonymous with courage and compassion, her deeds celebrated far and wide. And though her journey was long and arduous, she knew that as long as there were those in need, she would never rest, for her heart beat with the rhythm of life itself, a healer, a savior, a guardian of the light in a world in need of hope. In summary, the moral lessons of Adana's story revolve around embracing diversity, cultivating compassion, overcoming adversity, practicing selflessness, and believing in the transformative power of goodness and hope. Adana serves as a beacon of inspiration, reminding us of the profound impact one person's actions can have in creating a more compassionate and hopeful world.